Hey guys, welcome again to Honey's Kitchen. Thank you for always supporting on my channel. For those who are new on my channel, welcome. Our recipe for today is Brazo de Mercedes. If you would like to know how to create this, keep on watching. For this recipe, we need 10 eggs, 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, icing sugar, and cooking spray. We also need parchment paper and a flat baking sheet. Okay, so let's get started. First, we're gonna separate our egg whites from your egg yolks. So, all you have to do is to crack it slowly and make sure you do it gently, because once the egg yolk mixed with your egg whites, your meringue doesn't rise. So, using the other half of your shell, you just transfer your egg yolk slowly back and forth to the shell and dropping your egg whites. And then you put your egg yolk on the pot where you're gonna cook it later. So after we separated our egg yolks from the egg white, then we're gonna make our meringue. First, you're gonna put on your cream of tartar, and then we're gonna mix it until it becomes to the stiff point. So once you reach to this point that your egg whites is forming, you're gonna put in your vanilla extract, and then you gradually put in your sugar as you mix. Do not put in right away, you slowly put it, because if you do it in one go, the meringue will melt. So you just sprinkle it slowly as you mix your meringue. Okay, so to determine that your meringue is a success and it's stiff, is you have to remove it and you tilt your container like that. And once the meringue doesn't move doesn't fall down or doesn't slide down, it means it's done. It means you have a successful meringue. And then we're gonna put this to our baking tray. So I put in the cooking spray in the parchment paper, and then we're gonna put in our meringue to our baking tray. in your tray. You spread it nicely using your spatula. And make sure you reach up to the end of your tray. So I already spread it nicely on the tray. If you have a cooking comb, you can brush it with a cooking comb, but since I don't have, I will use a fork, and then we're gonna brush that on top to give a texture to your meringue. Gonna put this in a preheated oven of 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna bake it for about 20 minutes. So while waiting for our meringue to cook in the oven, we will now cook in our cream filling. So combining all the egg yolks and the condensed milk, you're gonna cook it in low to medium temperature on top of the stove, and then constantly stirring it so it will not be burnt underneath until it becomes thick. For 20 minutes, I pulled it out from the oven, and using a strainer, you put your icing sugar on it, and then you spread it equally, not too much. Make sure you put icing sugar on top of it. Make sure in handling this, because when I take out from the oven, so I touch on this side, so I make a hole on that. So when you do it, make sure you're careful with it. And then after you put in the icing sugar, you put parchment paper on top of it. You wear your gloves because it's still very hot. On top of the parchment paper, you put in a cooling rack, and then you're gonna flip it upside down slowly. You remove your parchment paper on top. Make sure you do this slowly because this is so delicate. And then you let it cool down and sit for a bit until our custard filling is done. So once you reach to this consistency, then that is done. It's so important you keep on stirring it. Have you noticed that I keep stirring it? Because we want to achieve a nice equal color on our custard filling and not burning it. And then after that, you're gonna put it into your meringue. Slowly, and using a metal spatula, you spread it nicely and evenly into your meringue. Make sure you handle it gently because the meringue is so delicate and you don't want to ruin your nice meringue. So after you spread it evenly and nicely, you slowly fold in your meringue into the middle. If you can make a little bit like circle, you can slowly roll it. So, this is the finished product of my recipe today, the Brazo de Mercedes. If you didn't catch up all the list of ingredients, I will write it down in the description below. Hope you learned from my tutorial today and try to recreate this at home. And let me know how it turns out by writing in the comment section below. Before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you will be updated when I will upload another amazing recipe. Thank you again for always watching on my videos. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a good day, and I will see you again on my next video.